Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so this video is going to be about understanding. Probably a better way of saying it is, what is understanding to a woman? Another way of saying this is, what does it mean when a woman says she wants to be understood? One of the things that I tell guys is, one of the most romantic things, and I don't like using this word, but I can't think of another word, probably sensually romantic, seductive thing you can do for a woman is really, truly have an open, expanded understanding of her. Now, women understood what I just said, but men are like, of her, what do you mean? Well, let me explain to you what it means to a woman to truly be understanding of her. So a lot of women will say this to their husbands or boyfriends, and men are like, I am understanding. What do you mean? Well, what you're doing is a very logical thing, very linear. It means your focus is narrow. It's literally, okay, have you ever, like in middle school or high school, or even college, if you went to college, have you ever taken a science class where you had to look underneath a microscope? The volume would go down in about 10 seconds. So when you're with your lab partner, let's say, or anyone, and they put their eyes down on those little lens things that cover their eyes, they're completely oblivious of you. This is literally equivalent of what men do when they focus on women. See, when men listen to understand, they focus in, and that's not understanding to a woman at all. So what you're doing is you're blocking out 99% or 97 point whatever percent of reality, and you're focusing on this little tiny, it's actually more than 97%, it's probably 99.777%. You're blocking out reality. So you're not even listening to them. You can't understand them. It's not possible. But a lot of men don't know this because they're so they focus in. So on the one hand, you've had the experience where you're talking to your lab mate, and then they put their eyes on the microscope, and it's as if, oh, well, they're kind of in that world by themselves now, and it's like I don't exist. They can't even see me, literally. The other hand, you've put your eyes on the, I forget what you call it, like the eye things, the goggles, whatever you want to call it, looking under a microscope, and all of a sudden all of the world's blacked out, it's completely gone, and you're just looking at these tiny microscopic things. So you've completely blocked out the rest of reality. This is not understanding at all. I'm going to share this story again. I've shared it a while, just very recently for the men's channel, and I might upload this to my regular channel too, because I think communication is really, really important. So I was on a date with a young lady in college. We didn't date too long, but we dated for a while. Kim, very sweet young lady. I was young too. I was probably 21, 22. And we went out to Tex-Mex restaurant. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm seeing it in my eyes. I can't remember the name, but we got our food, we're eating, and she brought up a subject that was obviously really important to her. So I focused in, I was letting her know, like, hey, I'm really listening to what you're saying. And she was visibly getting irritated, and eventually she kind of exploded at me. She was, God, you're not even listening. Why won't you listen? And I'm like, Kim, I'm totally leaning forward. I'm totally focused in, going, oh, geez, I even teach this stuff, and I'm still doing it. So I was still working on expanding my awareness, and it was easy to go left brain male and get those pupils very small and tiny and focused in. So I said, you know what, let me do something. Let me go walk out the door. Let me take some deep breaths and shake out, and I'm going to do this thing. And I basically was expanding my awareness. And I came in, and I sat down. Now, here's the deal. The left brain is the push energy. It means it goes forward, pushes forward. I was leaning forward, focusing in, which is male. So this time I came in the room, and I leaned back, and I expanded my awareness all the way around myself to the walls and the ceiling. And she was included in this expanded awareness. And now, she instantly went, took a deep breath, and she had this now here's a key word, natural, comfortable smile on her face, and her eyes started to kind of glint, like she was like very happy in a very relaxed, comfortable way. And she just started to talk. Now, obviously, this literally is one of the reasons why men just don't get it. So here's what's going on. When women communicate, they're in their right brain, which is the expanded awareness. When you're in your left brain, you're narrow and focused, like looking under a microscope, like you're looking through a little tube, like a scope on a rifle, very narrow, very looking down a little small, tiny, like 1-inch circle. Okay, you can't understand someone from there. It's not possible. This is why a lot of men just don't get it at work, at home, with women, with social experiences. See, the reason why you're socially awkward is because no one ever came along and said, hey, let me show you the other way. Because the minute you open up, you relax, and here's what happens. Because you're expanding, you're not laser beaming them and leaning in and focusing in on them. When you have this expanded awareness, it feels comfortable to be around, and then people around you relax with you, and they engage you in conversation. Now, another thing with right brain communication is it's a different processor. So if you're using the same processor, you'll understand. If you're using the other processor, it'll change the meaning to what she's saying, because these two different processors give two completely different meanings to the same words. So if you're in your left brain, you're focusing in, well, you're using your left brain. Your pupils get smaller, you lean forward. This is all male energy, meaning you're in your left brain. So now you're using the left brain. Well, if she's in her right brain and she's trying to explain these expanded concepts, because that's the thing, the right brain is the bigger picture, expanded concepts, whereas the left brain is about focusing in on literally molecules, atoms, and electrons. Do you see the difference? These are two different processors. So when she's saying A out of her right brain, you take those words and you filter it through your left brain, and it changes the meaning. It changes the meaning to everything she just said. So now you're hearing B when she said A. And you will argue to death. No, you said this and this means that. I've watched couples at grocery stores, restaurants just argue to death. And the wife is like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this. And you're like, yeah, and that means this. And she's going, no, it doesn't. And so this is one of the things that can cause a lot of not only pain and heartache in relationships. It confuses communication and ultimately can lead to a very painful divorce, simply because we're misunderstanding each other. So for men, I highly recommend you take my course, Crack the Female Code. First, buy my book, Crack the Female Code. That's the image you just saw a moment ago. It'll get you going down the path. You're going to start learning things no one's teaching this stuff. These are different teachings. Now, I always say proof is in the pudding. Have your wife, girlfriend, or mother, or aunt, or a woman you respect listen to this video up until just, say, 10, 20 seconds ago, and watch her reactions. Then listen to what she has to say after that. So this is what a woman means when she says, come on, I'm on a different page. And like, what do you mean? She says, come on, get on the same page. And men are like, what same page? Well, she means the right brain. You're in your left brain. So now here's the thing, you're going to have to learn how to switch over and then learn how to process in that way and then learn how to speak the internal language. It's a series of steps that you have to learn. But I tell you what, it's the most romantic, sensual thing you can ever do. It also adds massive clarity to everyday conversations. This strengthens the bond, brings clarity into a relationship, and allows you to connect on a deeper, more emotionally fulfilling and meaningful level. So when a woman wants to be understood, she means from an expanded awareness, not focused in. That's what she means. The other piece is something I teach in my course. It's the art of listening to understand, meaning you have to learn how to silence your mind and silence the energy in your heart and chest area so you can literally receive her words and the emotions and energy from the words inside you. Because once you can feel and understand her on a physical, emotional level, now you're understanding. But if you're thinking while she's talking, you're not listening. You're not understanding. You have to completely clear your mind. It's like emptying a cup of water. You have to empty that cup so you can receive her words fully and completely. That's listening to understand. Listening to understand is a huge core pillar in my course. This is something we will go over. I will train you and teach you and condition this into you on how to silence your mind and how to open up. So learning how to do these things is a bit challenging. So it will take some practice and some work. But it's worth it if you want a loving relationship where you guys actually have clarity and understand each other and want to deepen the love. It's everything. Alright, that's it guys for this video. If you haven't already done it, click subscribe, click the like button, go and make a comment, and as always you can make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box, and you can buy one of my dating relationship books. And remember, until the 31st of this month, December, all of my books are on sale for men and women, dating relationship books. They are downloadable, automatically downloadable PDFs. You can get 40% off simply by using the word return to power. It's one word, return to power. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.